We are Table Goth, a group of tabletop game enthusiasts and goth aficionados. We're here to play some Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition in our chronicle we like to call Taste of Youth. Before we jump in, quick warning, we're going to be dealing with some bad stuff and uncomfortable situations. So if you need to walk away, mute it, do whatever you need to do, come back when you're feeling more comfortable with what's going on. You do you. At the end of the stream, we'll talk about some of our solicitations and beg you to follow us on stuff and all that good stuff. We'll do our after show and point you towards all of our sweet, sweet bonus tent. Otherwise, that means content in the biz, something I've been learning in my studies. With that, I want to just jump right into this while we still got this professional energy going. So once again, to reiterate, we're Table Goth, and this is our game, Taste of Youth.
Roll it.
Last time, our coterie started things off by talking to Octavia, the Supreme of Soulard, who seemed happy to help some new kindred. In exchange for some blood from each of you, she told you where you could find DJ Gelato Smooth, a mortal with the disgracia you sought. She gave you the option of killing him in exchange for a way to break Edward's blood bond, if you so chose. Evelyn found out there was some program stopping your emails from getting through to your father, which Herb helped find a way around. Elijah spoke to his new promoter and got you on the list to go to Club Allure, where the DJ was performing the following evening. So on that night, everyone got dressed up, hit the club, and discovered that the DJ didn't like the vibes of Club Allure and had went to a different club. Coterie made their way to the next club, which was Club 360, a swanky place in the top of a hotel downtown. Evelyn and Jordan were allowed in due to their looks, while Herb and Elijah took the stairs. Herb spotted a hidden kindred with bloody hands, who Elijah confronted but was intimidated into leaving alone.
Okay. I got a few issues.
In the club, they found the vibe very fun and carefree, not at all the stuffy, elitist gathering they'd expected. They spotted some suspected kindred, and Evelyn danced with a man named Owen, who seemed extremely popular, while Jordan slowly drew in the DJ. The boys made it up and were approached by a kindred named Farid Patel, who said he was an expert on pairing mortals with ideal blood with vampires looking to feed. During the seduction, Jordan's beast got excited about the hunt and subconsciously revealed her fangs. This caught the attention of a security guard who warned her that the DJ was off limits. The girls left with him anyway, back to his hotel room just below. Herb texted a warning that the other kindred had taken notice and to back off. Evelyn retrieved the bloodstone Herb had finished preparing that evening, while Jordan had the DJ in the palm of her hand and convinced him to leave with her. Security guard tried to stop her on the way out, but she mesmerized him into letting her go and almost offered information on Octavia to his boss, Yvonne. Jordan ended up slipping the bloodstone to the DJ, and yeah, that's what I said. Evelyn did that, while Jordan let him go, and the coterie returned home empty-handed with a little bit of arguing. The next night, the girls went to visit Octavia for an alibi, while Herb and Elijah went to the DJ. Elijah protested killing him, so in an iconic scene, Herb flashed him the peace sign, sent him down on the elevator, and
Just peace and fade.
Shortly after, Herb drained the DJ, who was in his apartment making some music, and he now has the sanguine dyscrasia surging through his body. And with that, we will pick things up on episode 5. So, let's jump into the car downstairs. Who
I
drove?
would like to do stuff in the apartment before we.
Yeah, you set up some alcohol there. You left some drugs there. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Yeah, I realized that the door clearly looks like a break-in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna make sure I take the stuff from the door, right? So it doesn't look like it broke in. And then I'm gonna unplug his headphones and route it to a speaker, so his music is blaring.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna pick up his phone and dial 911. And then if I have the password block, I'm gonna use the emergency call.
Okay.
And I pick up the phone. Oh my God, my neighbor. I came to his apartment because he was playing his music too loud. Oh my God. I think he's.
Sir, just please, can you tell me where you are?
It's downtown. The corner of Washington Street. Oh God, it's an apartment building. I live upstairs. Oh my God, I gotta.
Sir, if you could just.
I'm just gonna set it down. I'm gonna leave, and just kind of make sure I have the evidence of like the break-in door, and then maybe kick like the front door a couple of times to make it look like somebody like tried to break in, and then I'm gonna head downstairs in a hurry.
Okay. Music blasting, call made. You rush downstairs. So what was the driving situation?
I was the one to drive one of her cars.
You drove one of her cars to the apartment. How did you two get to Club Arcadia?
Uber.
Okay.
Expensive, but worth it.
All right. So Herb rushes downstairs. You see Elijah waiting in the car, engine on, out front.
Oh yeah, I kind of jump in the car and say, We gotta go, man.
Done?
Yeah, let's
I
go.
start driving back.
Where are you heading?
Back to the house.
Okay. Pick things up at Club Arcadia, where Evelyn and Jordan have arrived. Saturday night. Things are pretty busy here, actually. Actually, this is Friday. I'm sorry. This is Friday night. Things are busy. Plenty of patrons in there. You walk in, you see the pink-haired bartender that showed you upstairs before. What you guys like to do?
Are you hungry?
Yeah, but definitely need permission before we do anything here.
We're not doing anything else. It might be easy to take care of it if you need it. I'm honestly pretty good today, so.
Yeah, not so great. If we could figure it out with ease, that would be obviously the best choice, but, I mean, you could ask the
Bartender?
bartender here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sure. You walk up. You wait a little bit as she finishes serving a couple people. Seems to be the only bartender. It's pretty busy, but people are pretty chill. They don't like crowd the bar and stuff. People take their time. They know it'll be a minute for a drink, and no one seems bothered by it. You get up. She looks. Yeah.
And this, I read from her last time we were here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Have a
know-
lot of customers. Yes.
Do you know any good place to eat around here?
You're gonna want to talk to Octavia about that.
For sure. Is she busy right now? Is it a good time? If not,
She's open for visitors.
Okay. Is that all right if we?
Yeah. Yeah. Head on up.
Yeah, let's go.
You cool about seeing her right now? It's only the two of us, and she kind of gives me the creeps. Not gonna lie.
I'm fine. I kind of think she's cool.
All right, let's go up then.
Head up.
Okay. You head up. You see a similar scene as before. this flower canopy pushing through some of that. In a sort of lounge area with couches and pillows and stuff all spread out. You can smell people are smoking things, taking things. Vibe's very chill though. Everyone's just sort of lounging about, talking. You can hear sort of a soft melodic music playing from you're not sure where. And yeah, Octavia glances up, sees you, nods, acknowledging you.
Yeah, I'd walk up. I'll take the lead since Jordan kind of mentioned being creeped out.
Sure. They're there with, it's not just her and her three
it?
marrieds.
Oh, there's more.
There's some other people there as well. Yeah, Octavia looks. How goes the hunt?
If everything goes according to plan, it should be finished by the end of the night. So there's that going for us.
It's good to hear.
Yeah. Thank you again for the favor.
Absolutely. Don't think of it as a favor. It was a fair exchange. And you owe me nothing.
Well, it's still appreciated either way. My friend here is hoping to get a bite to eat, if that's possible here. We came here since we...
Where do you normally feed?
I have friends who come around if I'm feeling hungry.
Usually hit up parties. It's just however it happens. People use too much, a little more in giving. But more, we just really came here for an alibi tonight.
An alibi?
We were seen a little too close for comfort the other night, so we were hoping that being here, while everything's getting taken care of, we might feel a little better about being seen away from
Any action around the city. Just chill here. Nobody really cares if you're just hanging out.
not a lot of trouble. We would hope.
Fine with me. Of course. She looks to a woman who's currently being fed on by Ari, the tall, strong one. Do you mind sharing, dear? And she nods. And she scoots over, allowing you to sit a couple people away from Octavia, where one woman already is bleeding from the arm. Ari says, be gentle with her. She doesn't have a lot left to give.
I kind of look at Octavia.
Octavia hasn't stopped looking at you. Even when Evelyn was speaking to her, she's been looking at you this whole time.
I don't want to take too much.
No, seems we're on the same page then. Please. No one likes talking when they're hungry. So, is there anything else you need to tell me, or is that it? You just are here for an alibi?
Here for an alibi. Seemed friendly enough territory for us to be in.
It's hard to find kindred you can trust.
It used to be that way, for sure. We've changed things. You can trust most of us now. Though it's always good to be cautious. Mm-hmm. Please drink. So about the blood bond.
Yes, I think that end of the bargain is being upheld, but I did not want anyone to take that action on my behalf. So.
Why?
If I wasn't the one doing it, it seemed wrong to ask someone to, I don't know, sacrifice that part of themselves.
Where are your two male friends? I assume that's exactly what's going on. You've sent them to take care of this while you sit here for an alibi, letting them do your work for you.
Yes, but if...
It's resourceful. That was a compliment.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, the reason we need the Disgratia is I wasn't the one who needed to take it, or...
Easy. She doesn't have that much to drink from.
I'm so hungry.
I'm
Just hear
thirsty.
gulping over there.
So it made more sense for someone else to do it, and if they were doing it, I didn't want to tell them how to get the Disgratia, if they wanted to draw it out for those 3 days, or if they wanted to take it all at
Either
once.
way, will you be dead or not?
I think so.
You think so? That's a pretty direct question. Are we completing this bargain? Am I giving you what you need to break the blood bond, or?
I don't remember what we said before they left.
We didn't.
I don't think there was a verbal agreement about it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I talked to you and said that I'd take because you said you don't have to.
Oh,
him.
yeah, you said
And then
you-
I told
so,
you.
yeah, but
it's
I
fine,
wouldn't have heard
You shouldn't
that.
have to bear the burden.
Yeah,
I was
Yeah.
pretty much alluding to you that I would.
that's true. Am I still feeding or
I mean, you
could
can
stop.
easily stop and speak.
just mid-bite?
Yeah, he's dead.
He's good.
We're killing him.
It's gonna be taken care of.
So that's a yes. He'll be dead.
And I'm to take your word for this.
No.
Why? Can I not
What?
trust you?
Yeah. No, you can take our word
I
for
mean, you
it.
can take our word for it, or we can have.
I'm asking
Come.
you, can I take your word for it?
You
Yes.
can.
You
But
seem
is that
unsure.
all you need?
It's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Is it good enough for you?
It's good enough for me.
You seem hesitant.
Just not as trusting as other people, other kindred.
You're not trusting of yourself.
No, I just expect people to need more from me than my word.
She's not used to being trusted. Rather.
Times are changing. I understand why you're conditioned to think that you have to prove yourselves. I don't believe in that line of thinking. I think the best of people until they show me otherwise. That's all I'm asking. So, if you've taken care of your part, you trust these two to do what you set them out to do, I'll take care of my end of the bargain. Tethys. You see the pallid, long-haired one stands again and sort of glides off to the back. How do you feel about what's happened?
Which part? The murder?
If you want to call it that, sure.
I'll be happy to have my brother back. I think I'll feel guilty for the cost, maybe, but I'll be
Is that
happy
why you
that
sent
he
the
all
others
right.
to do it? You don't like to get your hands dirty in that way? I also don't have an appetite for the killing of kindred or kind, so I understand. Just curious.
I don't like to get my hands dirty that way, but if it had come to it and Jordan and I were there the other night, I think I would have done it.
I'm a bit surprised. It seems it would have been much easier for either of you two to take care of this.
There were complications.
There always are. With this Tethys floating back in, pale, almost like a corpse drowning. She just has this sort of natural flow about her hair and her dress, and this weird paleness about her, and she comes back in. Octavia doesn't look and holds her hands, and Tethys places a small vial on sort of a leather cord necklace. Tavia takes, looks at it, places in your hand.
What is it?
For lack of a better term, a potion. Have the thrall drink this. It will not be pleasant. It will not go down easy, but he must drink all of it. It will lose its potency. Suggest tomorrow you should be fine. Any later than that, results may vary.
Good to know.
This will take a toll on your brother. Physical one. As what is in there will work its way through his bloodstream, severing the ties that link him to his regent. Stay with him, monitor him, make sure he's okay. And while this will be physically excruciating, the mental toll's worse. I'm assuming neither of you have been the subject of a blood bond. I have. There's no way, even looking back, knowing what was done, of truly separating your thoughts from the pull of the blood, the pull of the bond. Your brother, in time, will understand that his actions were not entirely his own, but it will be quite a foreign experience, quite troubling. Care for him, be there for him, answer any questions you can. I'm not sure if he's aware of our kind.
I don't think so.
To push him through this process, keep that a secret, will be very difficult. Be patient. When all is said and done, within a night, he should be free. Again, he won't be entirely aware that something even happened to him, but he won't feel a supernatural pull to do his regent's bidding, as he once did. Though I do warn you, depending on his regent, they might be aware that the bond has been severed. It's not a guarantee, depends on their individual disciplines, but it's a possibility. So know that.
I expect we'll have to deal with him one day or another. Either way. Seems to have taken an interest in my family.
Do you have any questions for me?
What helped you? What helped you get through it?
The blood bond.
Yeah.
My sisters. If I were not surrounded by those stronger than I would not have made it. There's no weakness in leaning on other people for help. My clan would have you believe otherwise, but very important and powerful lesson I learned just in time. Anything else?
Thank you again. Not just for this, but for your advice, for your kindness.
If you need anything else, you know where I am.
From our blood the other night, were you able to learn anything about who we are?
I could have, but I did not. I used it purely for sustenance. Interesting flavors.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Do you need to know more about who you are? Because I certainly have ways of finding out.
I feel like in my whole life and my whole unlife, I've just always had questions about who I am and where I come from. And I'm just kind of fucking sick of wanting to know things about me.
There's two options, the way I see it. There are rituals I can perform to find things out that you might be curious about. It also might not matter. I know exactly where I come from, and I hate everything about it. I chose to ignore that, forge my own path. you have that option ahead of you. It's not all bad what we are. You have an eternity to figure yourself out, make things right, try different things. You don't have to worry about time or mistakes having lasting consequences like they would if you were mortal. But sometimes it's nice to know where we came from, for better or for worse. If you're curious and you have the time, I'll be happy to help.
I think I'd like to know. So if nothing else, to not repeat mistakes in the past.
Sure. Tonight may not be the best. You have a couple options. You may leave me some of your blood. I will, in my time, in the next couple of nights, figure out what I can. Or if you'd like to be an active participant, you can return at a later time.
I think I'd like to come back.
Our doors are open for you, Jordan.
Thank you. Do you want to go back downstairs?
Well, since we were planning on spending our evening here, and it might be nice to have a night that's just fun
Yes.
for the first time since everything started happening. And I turned to the girl with the fun buns and the piercing. Would you want to go dance with me?
That's Pleo.
Yep.
There's a brow you and Octavia. I don't dance. I do fun, though.
Let's go do some fun. What did you have in mind?
You said you want to have fun, but you don't know what that is?
I suggested dancing. You say no. Ball's in your court.
Follow me. Taylor looks at her. Looks at you. Are you going to be joining them, or?
Do you
Again,
want to come? You don't have
you're in no rush to leave. You may stay here as long as you feel welcome.
Are you wanting company, or is this a
You could come.
private interaction?
Whatever you want to do.
I'll go with you.
They're new, Pleo. You hear Pleo just sort of chuckle. And Octavia goes back to the person she was speaking to before. So you two follow Pleo to a different part of the roof. Back to our boys.
What do you mean the girls are doing that?
When I said I collected evidence from the apartment, could I have also included my bloodstone?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you. I meant to say that.
yeah. You know exactly where it is,
Mhm.
so it'll be easy enough to retrieve.
All right, driving back. I'll probably be quiet for the most part unless you say anything until we get close to home. How do you do it so easily?
Do what?
Kill.
I mean, it had to be done. I mean, you heard what Janitor Jim said. I mean,
Jared Jim said we could drink for 3 days.
Yeah, but he said take care of it quick, and we couldn't have hid that guy. He had so much heat on him. I mean, I didn't want to kill him. I don't want to kill anybody. I mean, this is the first guy I killed. Why would I mean, fuck.
It just seemed pretty easy. And I tried to stop you on it, and you
I mean,
flashed me a peace sign and went out the car.
yeah. I mean, it seems like it was our only choice, man. Sometimes you have
it's
to
not-
look at the options that you have laid
Trust me,
out.
remember the whole chasing down the Octavia? You guys wanted to chase the other avenues, but I was the one who was worried about time. That was me. I was the one who stopped that.
Yeah, I know.
So I know about the time restraint, but you did so.
I
You never
mean-
killed before, like in your when you were alive.
No. What? Why?
It just It came easy.
I mean, it seemed like, Jordan, she was gonna do it. I mean, it was either I did it or she did it, man. And, you know, I care about my friends a lot, and I'm willing to do things at any cost to protect them. And while I know sometimes it seems like people's choices can come up against each other, I mean, he didn't choose to be in that circumstance, but his life choices brought him into the world he was brought into, and our choices and choices that were forced upon us put us in that position. And when I was looking at the options, man, it's the only one I saw that made any sense. And I get it. I was afraid to take the option that was laid out in front of me, but it's what I saw, and I took it, man. I took that burden on my personal choice, and I gotta live with it and own it. And I get that you're preserving something, but I'm gonna hold on to everything I can hold on to from my old life, and I'm gonna embrace everything that I can't control. And that just felt like something that had to happen.
I try to warn you about the burden.
Yeah, I mean, it's real.
Yeah. I think we're almost there. What are you gonna do for the rest of the night?
I don't know, man. We probably should keep clear of the girls. Fuck, I mean, I wish we could go do something fun, but what the fuck does that even mean anymore?
No, I understand. And then just let me know when we get there.
Yeah. You drive, a few more moments of silence lingering in the car, and you pull up the long driveway to Evelyn's manor.
What time is it?
Pretty early evening. You guys were fishing. I mean, you went there, broke in, drained him, and came back.
You got out.
I'd say it's like 8-ish.
Shit. It's a long day ahead of you.
We're here. I'm gonna take care of a few things, but you're free to go in.
You see Jim's van is there as well.
Alright, man. I guess I'll go hang with Delilah. Do you just want to go talk to Jim, let him know we did?
Sure, I'll turn the car
Do what
off,
we did.
Put the keys in my pocket and head in there with them.
Sure. You guys head in. Pleasant music playing in the home.
Romance Delilah.
You see in one of the main rooms, Jim with all sorts of magical-looking things, maybe. He has all sorts of vials and symbols and books out. A record playing some music. Delilah's there, helping him out. He's showing her some things. They're preparing some things. Turns. That was a damn efficient.
Like that guy right there.
So it worked. You feel it.
I got what we need, man.
Good news. Where are the girls? We need to get right on this.
Conducting an alibi.
Are still out. Yeah, doing the alibi thing.
Uh,
Should we call them?
Yeah. Why don't you get a hold of them? Not you. We gotta do a lot with you. Get a hold of the girls. Tell them to come here. Give me about an hour. We should be ready.
They took an Uber, so I'll just pick them up.
Sure. We gotta tap in this thing while it's hot.
Wanna have some fun?
Actually, it's probably
That's fun.
best. Yeah, you go pick them up.
All
Yes,
the way
I'll
to
pick
the
them up.
city and all the way back.
Okay.
All right, I will head up and if you don't need
Faster
me
for us
for
to-
this,
No. Thank you for this, Elijah.
welcome.
All right, I say we got a good 45 minutes to get some fun in.
I gave it.
Take the back way. I text you. Take the back way.
I didn't text him coming yet.
All right. Jim looks at you. This is gonna be weird, but I'll be frank, you're the weirdest person I ever met, so maybe it's best.
Yeah,
That
right
this
on,
was
man.
you, not someone else. Delilah here has been a delight, and I think we'll be able to help out with some of the more awkward parts.
Yeah, good job, man.
She said, fuck, man, you'll see. It's gonna be tight. He goes, all right. And he takes a knife, and he does a long cut up his arm and starts filling some bowls with it. Delilah's rolling up her sleeve. She's looking at some things, and she picks a paintbrush out, holds it up. That'll do. Delilah goes, you're going to have to take your clothes off. I told you it's weird, but I promise my eyes will not stray.
Is this like that one weekend we spent up in
I literally
County?
was thinking about that.
Yeah,
I was like,
alright.
all right, yeah. And with that, he gives bowls of his blood to Delilah. Quite a bit. A dangerous amount for, I would assume, any of you. Delilah mixes it, and she keeps referencing some book she has, and she starts painting these weird symbols on different parts of your body, connecting some of them together, tracing them. He'll give her advice a little bit and help. Some things you can see she paints, like, clearly she's just having fun with it, like there's like a peace sign and stuff. Like, these aren't arcane symbols. She draws a dick on you, like just stuff that she's having fun with. And he's like, all right, yeah, I mean that's fine, but I mean don't go crazy with it. You might fuck
Body space
something
we
up.
need.
And after some time doing that, him chanting some things, lighting some things, this incense type thing starts filling the room. He will explain before he does some of these chains. The thing that this is going to help most with, you feel that energy that it's going to be a lot about you, this charm about you that's going to make people want to listen to you, really want to connect to you. It's going to help to touch them, make some sort of physical contact before you ask them to do something, and they're more than likely going to do it. You call this it's like a contagious enthusiasm. It's a good way of thinking of it. As he does this, and Delilah finishes painting some parts. So you'll have this, which adds 3 die to any of your checks to essentially convince something of someone, charisma or manipulation.
Damn.
So this will help you out. Again, touching people means you're going to want to be more mortal, more human-like, even if it's with another kindred. There's a certain warmth you'll want to connect with.
All right, yeah, I can do that, man.
This will make it easier to do that. You will have something called a high on life, which you can use Blush of Life without any rouse checks.
Shit. Cool. And how long do I have of this, man?
It's going to be most potent tonight. I suggest you finding Zoe this evening and doing this while it's at its most powerful.
All right.
These will start to drain each day.
Okay.
This, as long as things are going right for you and you keep up this enthusiasm, you should be on a roll.
Hey, man, I missed your enthusiasm.
And you have something called Manic High. So every test you do, you'll add a die to until you fail.
Which will cancel out,
Yeah.
basically.
Actually, you aren't fiending.
Oh my god.
This dyscrasia is better than any like drug
Okay.
that you would normally look for in someone's blood. This is probably the only type of blood other than the blood with your drug of choice that won't give you that withdrawal.
Nope.
And then there's another thing that you'll be able to do that hopefully won't be necessary, but someone you have a connection with, so glance at Delilah, should you feed from them, not only will you get additional satiation from them, but you do have auspex. You'll actually be able to use that to see through their senses, should you need to. Again, this is temporary, and you do have to feed from her for this to be a thing.
Can I look over at Delilah?
So yeah, she's just mid-paint, and she just shrugs. She's painting another thing.
I mean, that sounds kind of.
She's like, I mean, we're going to try it eventually. I assume you're going to feed for me, so I mean, why don't we do it now?
I mean, if we're sharing like senses, I mean.
Shit. Jim says, you probably got half an hour-ish till they're back. And actually, that sort of things could, that might help just sort of really get the disgrace flowing. My part's done if you two want to have a moment.
Oh, for sure.
And Jim exits to leave you and Delilah to complete whatever rituals you need.
Yes, we create new rituals.
Yes.
That's for sure. I blushed myself up.
All right.
You get
Let's get ritualistic.
As that is going on.
Are there any?
Good fucking lord.
I wonder what herbs.
Exactly.
You two,
Having the best time of his
I'm
life.
like, I bet
everyone but
nobody's-
Elijah.
Yeah, everyone's.
I bet nobody's having more fun than we are right now. Cuts
to-
over to my house.
They cuts just a quiet car.
Listen to emo music in the car. One tear going down.
My skin.
No, it's all Fall Boy.
Until the day.
Ooh, we have some story here. Are there any? Speaking of emo music, is there any music clubs or venues on the way to Club Arcadia? That's not out of the way.
Just playing the stuff in Soulard. But I mean, also he said to go get them and come back.
I know what he said.
We always know what Jim said.
If there's one that looks busy, I'll stop the car and head in.
Drive through.
Sure. I mean, you could hit up Soulard. There's probably some live band going on, like Molly's or something, and
Okay.
slip in there.
Yeah, I'll head in there, and I'm quite hungry.
Okay. Give me your hunting check then, whatever your predator type is. Should be on your sheet.
Yes.
Front row. Oh, that's on your side.
Yeah. That would
Maybe
be-
it's not on your
no,
sheet. I have it on mine.
Just as the scene.
So this will be a check for you. We'll do charisma persuasion.
Point it.
So you're just looking to vibe with the crowd and get someone to feed from real quick. Yeah.
Hunger die.
3. And persuasion. Two, 3, 4.
Yeah.
More than enough successes. How much hunger are you trying to slate?
I'm trying to deplete 2.
Okay, easy enough. You find someone, people are drinking, it's a Friday night, place is still kind of early, like it'll probably still hit full swing. No, so a place with a live show would already be going by now. So yeah, you can find someone to take outside, there's plenty of people in the street, find an alley, bathroom, and if you're just doing 2, quick in. Are you doing anything to make them forget, I assume? Do that.
Absolutely.
Have them forget the moment as soon as it happens, and come out
I would've-
less hungry.
Before I got to the Soulard area, I would have texted them. I'm 10 minutes away. I'm picking you up. Jim needs you.
I'm not even
Sure.
gonna check my phone.
Because what are we doing?
Rituals.
So you're brought to a different part of the roof. Again, there's not officially parts sectioned off, but there's some weird structure that's almost like a pavilion that just has so much things growing from. There's almost like natural walls of plants and whatnot.
Vine.
Yeah, it'd be hard to sort of know where to push through, where not to, but she knows the way. As she leads you in, and you can see there's a rather large woman sort of laid out on the couch. She looks up a little bit, clearly fucked up. She glances at both of you. Pleo, it's not much left to the imagination, but she wastes no time in removing what little clothing she has. Feed from her. Trust me. And the archwoman just sort of smirks at each of you. And leans back again, revealing her neck to you.
I go to take my shirt off, look at Phil, is this one in Rome?
It's weird that you're staring at me like that.
All right, I'll go feed from her then. You going?
Can you tell me what this is about?
You're in or you're out. I got a good cocktail here. Are you doing this, or are you going to kill the vibes?
Everybody's all about vibes.
Yeah, man.
She doesn't wait for a response. Are you feeding from her? She goes, she straddles this woman, a hand going through your hair. She starts feeding from her as well.
All right.
I'm gonna back out through the vines. I'm gonna just.
Narc!
What are you, a fucking cop?
No, I just don't like being peer pressured. I don't mind doing fucked up shit. But I don't like when people,
On my own.
but I don't like when people make me feel like it's a requirement to be cool. So I'm just gonna.
She's not. She said you're in, you're out. If you want to be out, then you're out.
Yeah. So I just roll back through the vines I came.
Okay. Give me a. Give me a composure resolve roll.
Did it have to be that?
Yes.
Dude, you good?
Are you hungry?
Oh,
You should-
shit.
yeah, you should have
I'm
these
going to
full.
start over. I'll just re-roll the whole thing. Fuck.
Yeah, well,
I got will.
I mean, can't
Not
be
a
that
lot of
bad.
them, but
Don't
you
worry
got
about it.
Okay, that's 2 successes.
Oh, good. You're able to contain yourself, but it's very difficult to. As whatever blood is going through here is this weird concoction. You can tell it's laced with not only these really sensual emotions, but like actual pretty hard drugs as well. As you are almost just knocked on your ass in a good way, as you just feel everything. Your senses have been a little dulled since your transformation, and they are now more in tune than they were even when you were immortal. And after barely containing yourself, as you could tell, there's not a lot of blood left in this woman. You look over to Plea, who also just covered in blood, immediately pulls you in, and just the blood, the fangs, everything mixes, and it feels amazing. What are you doing?
Watching.
No, I'm just like
creep.
leaving there, and I don't really know what's outside of this set of vined area. So
I mean, you could get back to where you were, sort of the main. You see, this is sort of
Yeah.
the center area.
if I go
where-
back to Octavia, yeah,
Sure.
I'd be interested to see what she has to say when I obviously come back.
She doesn't. She's talking to someone. You could tell her eyes flit over for just a moment, just noticing that you've exited, and they go back to her conversation.
I guess I'll just kind of. Is there like a wall there, like looking over the city, or is that? Is
Yeah,
there
you
just
could
another
get
room?
so sort of the fire escape that led up here. You can sort of head there and see.
I'm just kind of lean over there.
This is pretty south. This is outside of sort of the main area, not too far from the actual brewery. But from here, it's not much of a view. You could see the tracks and whatnot, and the river a little bit beyond.
I just hang out here,
Sure.
not waiting for anything, but
Yeah.
just sitting there till something needs to happen.
Sure. You wait there for a little bit.
Is there anything I notice about like the conversations Octavia's having?
Well,
or
if you're
people around?
watching that, you wouldn't be close to that.
Okay.
If you want to go back in there, you can. But it'd be very hard to eavesdrop without. I mean, they would
Yeah.
see you.
Yeah. After sitting there a minute, it's pretty. Nothing's happening. I'm getting tired of waiting for whatever weird shit she's doing.
Well, I mean, after a
Could I
little bit,
come-
you would probably notice your text then from
Okay.
them saying, "Hey, we're on our way to get you."
Okay, I guess I noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of start to come back. Kind of start walking back. I would shoot Elijah a text like, kind of in the middle of something. Give me a minute to get back to you.
Thumbs down emoji.
Like the
Bad emoji.
squirrely face emoji.
You guys are on like old flip phones. They don't have emojis. on
I'm
this.
gonna make it out with the dot, like the
Sure.
colons
I'll do
and the
it.
S. That's what I do.
Can't do a thumbs down
emoji.
emoji
Colon
with
S
just
emoji.
dots.
No, you
You do a
cannot
sad
do
face
that.
emoji,
That's
though.
the one
Yeah.
one you can't
Sad
do.
to your face emoji.
And I kind of start walking back over to where Octavia is, hoping that they're gonna come out soon.
We're just gonna stop. What's going on there?
Yeah, we're just.
So I'll wait over by Octavia for a little bit.
She'll sort of come to a natural pause for conversation and just look to you. I'm curious. Did you interact with the DJ at all?
I spoke to him a little bit.
What were your thoughts on him? What was your read on him?
He reminded me of one of those fake spiritualists who pretend to find meaning in something outside of themselves, but it's all just bullshit.
Harsh judgment.
I mean, that doesn't mean he's a bad person. It just means he didn't have any footing. Which, I don't know, maybe that's sadder than being a bad person? I don't know.
I can assure you he was.
Can you tell me why he was?
I didn't want to tell you at first because I wanted to see what you'd do without me handing you a strong reason on a platter. But you've made your decision, so I see no harm in telling you now. He's akin to someone who, well, some people will bring in an animal from a different country, something exotic, interesting, a pet. They play with it, they have their fun, they release it in the wild, not knowing the harm that creature will do to its new ecosystem, its new surroundings. Something that seems harmless can be quite dangerous in the right setting. That was him. He had preyed upon some individuals that did not have the means of defending themselves. I have a reputation for being kind, for being understanding, a bit of a pacifist, a hippie.
You didn't like the pseudo-spiritualism he was spewing?
That didn't bother me. People are allowed to believe what they want, but people are not allowed to cross women in my domain. It will bring them comfort. It will help them in the healing process to know that this predator is out of the pool. It's also part and reason why it's best that it's not traced back to me. I am a kind person. I am a peaceful person. But you don't cross certain lines.
Do you know if he was in league with anyone else in the city? Any other powerful kindred?
Yes. In league, he is not aware of our kind.
But someone was using him.
Absolutely. I'm sure if you went to one of his parties, you noticed not only is his resonance extremely potent, he has a way of bringing out the resonance in others. He was very, very useful for curating a certain flavor of blood. He will be sorely missed by certain kindred.
What about the kindred using him? The kindred in power that he was connected to. What are they going to do in retaliation? Because I know there will
To you, who was here all night when he passed, nothing. Quite clever of you.
It was too hot.
For a long time, mortal and kindred society alike, the patriarchy had quite a hold on how things operated. I find it satisfyingly ironic that you perhaps hung out your two male companions out to dry in this.
Well, when you put it like that, it's cool. I'm high.
It's resourceful.
It was.
Noticed.
I wanted to do it myself. Not only because it would be more useful in the long run as far as the situation we're in, but it was easy to take advantage of him. And whether or not I knew he was a bad person, that didn't matter at the time. But especially knowing now, I'm kind of pissed I didn't get to deal with this myself.
That's why I didn't tell you. I want this to be some emotional hit. I wanted you to do what you needed to do for your own reasons. You have a need for this blood. I don't know why, but I wanted to see how far you'd go to get it. But now you can rest easy knowing you did a service to myself and others by removing him.
Do you know the powerful kindred that was connected to him?
As I said, he was very useful. Many kindred are aware of him and took full advantage of what he did.
Do any of them know that they wanted, like, that you wanted him taken care of? That he was connected to any pagan?
They all know what type of person he is.
So it wouldn't be a surprise if someone took him out?
It would be a surprise in the sense that someone took out someone so valuable without seeking the proper permission. But permission isn't... Again, we're not the Camarilla. You don't need permission to do everything. If there was an error in judgment made, those of a sound mind would be more inclined to forgive new kindred who simply did not know any better. I know better, so I would never. Plus, I'm a softie. Everyone will tell you that. And I like to keep it that way.
It's smart. Like having guys take the fall for it.
Never works. Are you waiting for your friend?
Yeah,
Pleo.
a little peer pressure-y for me.
And when she says that, mid throws with her, she stops. Time's up.
Bummer.
She takes some blood off of you. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, of
And
course.
she gets up and walks out
I'll
of
go
this area.
like to help me get up. Like I'll reach, like help me up. Will she do it? Or
She'll
she-
pause and look at you.
just get up?
Dainty little thing. She'll
I was
she's
gonna-
very strong.
I
for
was
you.
gonna kiss her hand. This sucks.
I mean, you could go for it, but she yanks you too.
Okay, I'll do that.
It tells two
and then
different
I'll
vibes
give-
going
And then
on.
I'll kiss her hand.
Yeah, it's a little awkward. She just sort of laughs it off. And
That's fine. If she's charmed by it, I don't mind. Get my clothes back on.
sure. You get the 10-minute warning from Elijah. She comes
Sitting
out.
down.
Is this like being vampire drunk? Is that where I'm at?
Or like
Vampire.
A little bit,
High?
yeah, a little
Is it
bit.
Like this is like the
Higher.
closest
it's
I
a
can get.
mix of
Goodness.
like, yeah, you're just
fucked up.
you're exhausted in a way, but also just still just humming from that experience. You make your way downstairs, much less put together than when you came in. Elijah in your car pulls up.
wipe you off.
Sorry.
Other, look in the mirror before you walk.
All right, you guys hop in the car. You say anything to each other as you drive back?
Hold on.
My hair's
Trying to
a
lock
mess.
it. Stop. Stop. How was everything go okay there?
It was
Club?
great.
What's wrong with her?
She did weird fucking vampire shit with a large naked lady and
Checks
another
That wasn't weird for me.
I don't know.
out. No,
It was
we
just-
know you're free. We get it. Did you figure out anything else about Octavia? Weren't you the one spewing civil war? She can't be trusted. Blood on the streets with her and Yvonne?
Yeah, no, she used us for sure.
For what? What exactly?
Yeah, some kind of sexual manipulator of some kind. So it sounds like he deserved it, but still, I don't like being used to get involved in a bunch of shitty people's shit.
No,
So-
I'm with you on that.
I mean,
But
yeah,
the dude that he's
yeah,
dead, by the way.
yeah, of course he is.
Oh, good.
I didn't know that, so we all planned on.
I mean, I was gonna do it last night, and then we got fucked up, and so Herb told me he was gonna take care of it.
Okay,
But yeah, she definitely used us, and
but he was a shithead. He was a predator.
apparently, and I'm not surprised that he is. I'm sure he manipulated young women to do whatever he wanted. That's not a surprise. But the fact that a lot of powerful vampire kindred used him to influence their social status in nightclub situations and probably fortune, probably isn't a great thing for us.
No, but I think we did it the right way.
Did
you
you
guys
get
have an
seen?
alibi, and then me and her weren't even located on that side. Besides,
Oh.
sommelier of some sort. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong.
Sommelier.
But
Oh, I hate you so much right now.
But it still happened literally the next night after we tried to get him. So there's still a connection to us, which sucks.
True, but if he's
But
if
we're
he's
okay.
that wanted, there could have
He's
been other
not
people.
that wanted. He brought a lot in.
Well, I
The
guess we're gonna
kindred.
miss out the
This is a conversation
repercussions.
for yesterday.
Shut the fuck up, you high bitch.
For once, Elias not being yelled at, and I'm just like,
I'm
Just-
pissed
but-
because I'm not high right now, and that's
You
my
could have
shit.
been high.
But someone tried to make me feel shitty about doing it. and I don't
She
fucking
was
like that.
aggressive.
Yeah, that's not my shit.
oh, hold on, this
But
song's really
hang on.
good.
I would like to say that her being aggressive
Don't
added
scream
to
in the
a. I would like to say that her being aggressive was an asset by the end of the night
Was it an asset?
to me and my fun.
Your assets?
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're almost there.
All right, with that, you pull up.
Oh, by the okay, never mind.
Go ahead.
There's another, by the way.
No,
What
man.
else?
Hey, I'm not high or drunk either, man. This sucks for me too.
What's the other, by the way?
There's no other, by the way.
I don't believe you.
No, because I forgot I didn't see it happen in character.
Okay.
I was gonna warn you about a naked her, but I forgot I wasn't there.
All right. Is her back?
Why'd you knock in your own house?
All right,
Her's back and he's okay and everything.
so you guys pull up. You and Delilah finish your business, which is fucking great. It's some great, weird catching up time that you haven't had with her, with all these fucking people always around. And yeah, this disgracia, the stuff in your blood, these things you could do is just fully pumping through your system. You are just elevated with positivity right now.
The census.
Did you feed off of her?
Yeah. No, we would have went the full
Sure.
mile.
Fed off her.
Can
I mean, it was
feel
just for pure
everything.
pleasure. You're not hungry at all. You just drained a dude dry this
We're at
night.
pure
But yeah, mid thing, you were able to use her auspex to sort of feel what she was feeling, which was weird and a little bit masturbatory, but also amazing. And she was, it was all around, man. Fucking 10 out of 10.
Like the first
All
time
male.
on ecstasy.
Yeah. Not a lot of couples would have had as good of a time with that as you guys did, but Delilah made it work.
You played Sonny and Cher the whole time. Isn't that
Oh,
who you were
yeah.
upset about?
I got you, babe.
And with that, we'll take our first break.
Thank you.
And we will be back shortly with you
grapes.
three heading in to see what your next step will be.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
I gotta pee.
Me too.
That was
So many
fun.
glasses of wine. Such a short amount of time.
Oh,
One night.
this stuff's definitely better than the other stuff.
So much. And